What I've been asked to speak on at this webinar is what Dr. Bamidele Akinyemi mentioned, and that's what you can see on the screen. And I've been asked to, I've been pigeonholed into a number of subtopics, which you can also see on the screen. I found some rather clumsy, but we'll just manage as we go along, because what I have is traditional training and organizational environment, paradigm shift, advent of e-learning, impact of e-learning, cost benefit. So I'm going to take the essence from each of these subtopics and then move on. Because, for instance, if you look at the fourth one, impact of e-learning in achieving content integrity for all deliverables of all LTD across Africa to meet international standards, I found some clumsiness there. But so let's proceed with the traditional training model in our management development institutes in Ghana, in Sierra Leone, in the Gambia, everywhere within this network. What used to happen, and what I'm going to narrate, is a personal experience and the experience of some other friends that are. In 1985, as the head of curriculum studies in the Lagos State University, we got a letter from CMD, Center for Management Development, a great institution, one of the best in Nigeria. And what the letter read was, oh, there's going to be training in curriculum development, and the vice chancellor submitted it to the head of department, that's myself, to nominate. Of course, who go see training, you know, go nominate himself. So I nominated myself and one other person in the university who was connected with curriculum development at Senate. So the first step, what I usually see is some advertisement in the papers by ASCON, by other MDIs all over West Africa about the programs that you have, and then letters to heads of institutions that you think can benefit from it and all that. So the third step is the nomination from the institution is forwarded to the MDIs, and payment is made. No money, no training. So the payment is received, and then what the participant does is to pack your baggage, pack your luggage with the DTA. For the participants from outside Nigeria, DTA is duty tour allowance. The duty tour allowance, there are different names. It's a global concept where you're giving some money, you go on some training that will cover your travel. No, it won't cover your travel, to cover your hotel, cover your whatever, and then you get some travel cost. That's actually the main thing in the matter. And you put that one in your pocket and then you travel to the MDI. And then when you get there, well, lectures will begin. And the lectures are typically where the whiteboard, the overhead projector, the flip chart. Dr. Lowe knows all of these things. There are breakout rooms, and then we have tea break, we have lunch break, and then they had copies of the materials given to us in a bag. The bag will litter. Look, bags, all these bags that we collect from all these conferences and all these things, they are just litter everywhere. Our study and all of that. So the MDI, Dr. Lowe and his group will pay the facilitator. You pay the cost of tea and lunch breaks and the cost materials. And of course, there'll be excursion and the shopping. That's the heart of the matter, to shopping. If the training is in Ghana, for instance, Nigerian participants go to Gimpa, go shop around, Ghana there, or Ghanaian participants, Gambian participants, Sierra Leonean participants. Dr. Lowe and his group will take them to Badogu market, to go and buy a few things. Pictures are taken during the opening and closing ceremonies. You have certificates, and then the participants travel back, write a brief back to office report, which are hardly read, and then dump the training materials on their shelves. So that's the traditional training model, and then that's end of story. What are they waiting for? The next MDI training. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we have, yielding almost like nothing. Not like zero. There's some benefits like I'm going to indicate now. Now you have networking, the impact of the traditional mode. So you're from Ghana, you are taking a training program on how to manage the governance of an institution, effective governance of institutions. Oh, you see some other areas of institutions, so that's networking. The other is you acquire some new knowledge and skills, which you have to apply to enhance your efficiency and effectiveness. This last bullet is important to financial gains. So what has changed? Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, what has changed will include technology. You know, by the time I was training my group, was training the ASCON people, the CMD, and the rest, the technology that we're using has significantly changed to something more elegant, more user-friendly, more whatever. So technology has changed. Training needs have also changed. Training needs for capacity building are new and emerging areas. That time, what were we training people about? We were trained because we did needs assessment. How to all the things leading to the exams for promotion in the federal civil service were the things we targeted. So, but the new areas are emerging. So, when people now go for exams to be promoted director or permanent secretary, the content has changed. What has changed again is budget limitation. You don't have as much money to run your training as you did in the past, and it's getting worse, going to get worse by the day. And also the institutions that are sending people to you are also not as financially balanced. So these things have changed. Close to the truth is you need to conduct. Why I said that I think I'm right. Look at the thing I said, the cause to find out what are the areas in which you need training. And it can be a very simple questionnaire. You put the different clusters in governance, in management of resources, in financial resources, management of students, just list all of this and that. So the paradigm that we all in this network we have to do, we have to conduct training assessment. If you have been doing that before, you got to make it more elaborate. Public sector, private sector, you got to find out what the trainings are. If you can't just sit down in your office, the chief executive and director general, and a few others in the management. Let us give them this. Who told you that that's what they need? So that has to change. And then you got to conduct the gap analysis in your delivery system. But what does that mean? Is that you have to get what your delivery platform is like now and what you expect it to be, and then do that gap analysis. Where you are now with regard to your delivery system and where you need to be to reflect modern developments and all of that. So that's the gap analysis. And the last thing, of course, is for you to bridge the gap. Let me now take you very quickly through practical steps for ensuring quality in MDI's delivery system. I mentioned the first one, which is that, this one, you have to secure a virtual space for your training site. I'm sure many of you have such training site, but if you don't, there should be a virtual space for your MDI training site. You'll see an example in a minute. Then you set up the site for online delivery, and then you deliver your course. You watch the last three words there: robust learner support. What does that mean? Our trainees, the participants in your training program in GIMPA, in CMD, in ASCON, everywhere, in Sierra Leone and the rest. They are in a broad range of technology savviness, if you like me to use that word. Some are not so technology literate, and they will asking you, "Oh, I'm not able to do this. I'm not able to do that. Can you help me?" Some will have some challenge with the delivery platform that not necessarily technology related. So you're bombarded by a broad spectrum of participants asking for one support or the other. You must be able to respond to them as quickly as you possibly can. And the suggestion here is that, yes, do virtual training, also have some blend of on-site. And it has to be on a scale. If you know you are just starting, have some, if it's like a 3-week program, do like about a week on site and 2 weeks online, or 2 weeks online, 1 week on site, and begin to, just recalibrate to suit the culture of your organization. I've been asked to speak on impact of e-learning. We can achieve more with less. A capacity building. We can improve. You see, when your participants take part in e-learning activities, by the day you keep improving their technology literacy. What do I mean by that? As an example, I'm training about, there are now about 620 participants in our module 3, in our virtual institute, where I'm going to show you in a minute. 620, vice chancellors, 62, the others, director of academic planning, heads of national quality assurance agencies all over Africa. Some of them are not able to, some of them are not. Professor Lowe, can you unmute and confirm that you are hearing me?
Yes, Prof, I'm hearing you, sir.
Thank you very much. So,
thank you, sir.
Many of them are not so literate technologically in module 1. Before we finish module 1, they had improved significantly. If you are doing statistics, at a high level, 0.005. By the time we did module 3, we're in module 3 now. They've gained a lot of fluency in technological literacy. So that's one impact. Your MDIs, the MDIs, the staff, and those that you are training, as you are training them using delivery through e-learning, you'll be improving their technology literacy. And then you'll be able to meet the national standards, because of standards which you can benchmark yourself against. And then you can customize it. One impact is you can customize it to meet the cultural environment of your MDI. I've been asked to talk about quality assurance of e-learning. That's right within my alley, being someone in quality assurance. And you have to quality assure the delivery platform. The platform on which you are delivering the content, you must quality assure that. What does that mean? You must ensure that the delivery platform is up to date in terms of its software, it's secure, and the contents that you are delivering, I think that's the last one, the delivery, the contents that you are delivering is of good quality by itself. So you got to have a training manual which will be rendered in the form that an online learner will take. You have to quality assure the learner support. How do you do that? You set up a mechanism, some kind of ticket mechanism. Somebody has an issue, escalates to you, and then you have, a battery of technical assistance to say, okay, I have this challenge, okay, fine. So this is what you should do. And if that is not, if the participant doesn't get it, that is not able to meet that, you have a recourse to somebody else that will. So learner support has to be really, really robust. And you quality assure that by measuring how well the participants are being responded to. The output behavior of participants, how do you quality assure it? You see, the people you are training on governance, say university governance. I took university because that will appear to be an area where I'm working in. So university governance. And after that, you just say, okay, bye-bye. No, you got to quality assure it through exams, through tests, through projects. And that will give you a feedback on how quality you are making. And then you have to be strict on time management and ensure that everybody does a project. That is what I mentioned earlier in terms of quality assurance. So what's the cost benefits? Cost benefits. Well, the setup cost is cheap. You'll see when I mentioned it to Dr. Samuel Kolawole Olawe, you're going to see that the setup cost is very cheap. Don't be deceived though by people who will come to you. Oh, CMD, ASCON. Oh, we can help you set up your virtual institute. It's going to cost you so and so and so. Make you no answer them, because we will mean my colleagues and I, we're going to teach you. We're going to set up a 6-week training, which will teach you how you can set up this thing yourself. And you can see that the first item here, setup and maintenance cost is cheap. And it's not stressful for participants. If we're having this seminar, not a webinar, and you asked us to aggregate in Lagos, then our vice president for the Gambia will do COVID-19 tests in and out. Our Ghanaian participants will do COVID-19 tests in and out, and then they come here, all manner of stress. Look at us now. The difference between our having it on site and having it virtually like this is very little. So no stress for us. And the number of participants that you can meet for training can be multiplied by at least 10 times, by a factor of 10. So as I said, in our module 1 for our virtual training, we had we advertised, we did needs assessment first, found out the needs, and then we got the modules all set up based on the needs. And we then asked expression of interest. And the participants expressed interest, and we found that, just about we had initially about 700, and then that dropped to about 650, attrition based on people who are not able to cope with the pace and so on. So if we're doing the training on site, that we will not be able to take as many as that. So you have an advantage of having to train many more people. And then that gives you cost benefit of having many more people trained to improve public and private sector services. And of course, it's going to increase revenue for the MDI. So let me give you a practical example. All this theory talk, theory. Let me give you a practical example, which, as I told Dr. Samuel Kolawole Olawe, this practical example, you all, by the time we finish with you, the practicals, we immerse you into how you do this thing. You will find out that all I said about setup costs being cheap, maintenance costs being cheap, and then you running it, that is it's also a breeze. So before I get into this practical example, let me offer to the CEOs of the MDIs in this network and 2 other nominated persons. So that means we are 14 of the membership of this network, the CEOs and the CEOs and any other 2 nominees, making 3 per MDI. We now have 42. So for the 2 persons, we are arranging to offer you very free training to do what you are going to see me do now. What I'm going to do now, you're going to do it at the end of that training. And it's going to be very easy on you. We are not going to stress you. It's going to last for 6 weeks. And why are we bringing the CEOs? If we told the CEOs, bring any 3 of your persons and all of that, if you yourself are not aware of how to do these things, then you'll not be in charge. We want to train you as the CEO, DG or CEO to be able to do it yourself, because so you are not fooled by anybody. And what we try to do is this. That's why we have 62 vice chancellors that we're training at the moment, and the heads of national quality assurance agencies from all over Africa, the total directors of quality assurance, professors, and all of that. The thing is that there are some people who, I want to use the word in a very the light sense, but it's bad word. They are wicked. They want to be the only king in the only the fish in the pond. So if I say bring one or two people in your organization, some person until you see, unless you see the person, nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. They're just I would not the word wicked. They just want to be seen as they are the technical people. If you don't get that, not lie. The thing is as easy as ABC, and you're going to see at the end of the training program. So what have we done here? The National Universities Commission set up what you call the Virtual Institute for Capacity Building in Higher Education. It took us this whole thing. It took us, and you're going to take you. You are going to set things up yourself. Took us not more than 15 minutes to set this site up. What did you do? You bought the space, and it's almost like nothing, maybe 4,000 naira. You bought your domain name. You bought this thing. You can even set it up within your institute. Let's take ASCON. So it can be Virtual Institute, ASCON's Virtual Institute. That's what it's going to be. So institute. Capacity building, you can see it's actually coming out in higher education. Just Google it, and you find us here. You can see Virtual Institute for Capacity Building in Higher Education. Dr. Lawyer, can you see or want me to reshare? Can you see?
Yes, I can see. I can see.
So just click on this. Just click on this, and it comes to here. Let me reshare again so that we'll keep saying this, because Zoom has some interesting. Yeah. So if you can say this, Virtual Institute, you can exploit at the end. As I said, in 6 weeks, all the DGs and CEOs of this network are going to run free 6-week training for you. Enjoy it, and you are going to do exactly this for your organization. So let's go to our dashboard, and you'll see this. Let's take the module 1. Module 1. Let me click on module 1. Dr. Lowe, if you can see it as you claim you have.
Yes, I can see
it. I know. Just tell me what the title of the module 1 is, where I'm running this one.
This one is enhancing quality assurance in program design.
No. Okay. This one is theory.
Theory, practice, and current developments in quality assurance in higher education.
Wonderful. We ran this training for free from May 31 to June 30. We had 620 participants here. And let me show you what the program looks like. I have to reshare. Let me close. It has to be reshared now. So this is the program for this training, which I will want, and I'm going to, so that you, Dr. Holloway, so that you not have wasted my time coming to this thing. By the end of this year, God willing, I will be tracking all the people that have attended this training to find out whether they have set up their institutes, even if they have set them up before, whether they have strengthened it to have the kind of knowledge and skills that we are providing for them at this training. We're going to be assessing you. So we have this on Wednesday, this one. So you can see we have a pre-opening session, we have the opening ceremony. You can see our chairperson, former Minister of Education, our goodwill messages from Burundi, from Ghana, from African, from Mozambique. Keynote address was given by somebody from UNESCO, as you can see. And it goes on like this. Every Wednesday, you have discussion forum. We have weekly tests. We have intergroup debates. It was quite some fun. And then, so you can see all of this. We brought participants, no, we brought people from all over the world. And do you know how much I'm paying them? All the participants, all these people, nothing. Nothing, because knowledge is for sharing. So that's why we're not able to charge all the participants anything, because all the facilitators, we said, okay, fine, just come and share knowledge with us, and they were very glad, to share their knowledge. In your case, because you're going to be earning some money from the monies that the participants are paying, you may just give your participants some token. So let's get back to. Okay, let me get back. Let me get back to module 1. Go to. So back to module 1, you can see we have an electronic library rich of all the contents that we're teaching in this program. All you can see on Monday, 31st, this is what we did, the opening ceremony, Tuesday. So you have all the days of the district all there. You have the practical track. We did practicals. Yes, practicals. Every Saturday, practicals. So that's what it is. So you can see what we have for module 1. Let's get to the top here and see module 2. I'll be faster here. In module 2, I think this is the one which we ran from. This is the week 5 of module 2. This is week 5. We had a symposium. That's the last week of this. You have the end of course comprehensive examination. And we had all of this, and so that's module 2. Module 3 is currently running. Let's see module 3. So our dear Dr. Lowe, can you tell us what module 3 is about?
Theory, practice, and future academic planning in university education.
Very good. And future of academic planning, not future of academic planning. So this is running between January and March. The participants just concluded their end of course project, and the virtual graduation ceremony is on the 15th. I will invite you to the virtual graduation ceremony if you have time, just between 2 and 3 p.m. So you can see January 31st, you can see our opening ceremony, you can see all the things we did here, all the things we did. So the last week here, we have February. Okay, this is February. Okay, these are February activities. So we've gone on to, let me show to you. So as I close, we are positioned in this network to be able to leverage a lot more on technology, to be able to develop e-learning platforms that can expand the scope of our work and make us more impactful on the community that we serve. I have offered, maybe by tomorrow or so, I'm going to send a link to Dr. Samuel Kolawole for those who are interested or in the network to indicate. It's optional, but for each institute, we're going to have the CEO and any 2 persons who he or she will nominate. The training program will last for 6 weeks. You are going to enjoy every bit of it, and the overall objective of that is to let you know that this thing is not rocket science, that you should not let any people outside the organization come and hoodwink you, that, oh, don't worry, we're going to set up this thing for you. It's all to milk you, and for you to be able to develop your own training manuals, set up your own training site, and implement it. Once again, I appreciate the opportunity of asking me to join you at this event, this webinar, and to wish you every success. Thank you.